Ben Buckley, the finances first of all, the $4 million from the government, growth, participation, facilities, how much is going to the establishment of the A-League club in Western Sydney?
Well, the FFA will work with the club to provide those funds for community initiatives in the Western Sydney region within the framework of the way that they've been spelt out. But that club will work very, very hard to engage with the community, assist in the development of players, assist in the development of coaches, volunteers, administrators, and work with various social groups to work towards positive social outcomes.
So you'll be kicking the tin for quite a while in that start-up year and by a significant amount.
Well, the FFA has made provision for the capital required for the club to get established and continue to run. We think it can break even within the next 3-year period. That's the business model that we've mapped out and planned for. And certainly the FFA has the capacity to cope with that.
Why can it break even when the Rovers didn't even get to the starting line?
Well, I think you have to separate between the operating financial model and the capital required to start the club. That group was trying to raise capital in the middle of the GFC, so it was a very difficult time. We think, given the experience we've had in running Adelaide and Brisbane recently, we understand the income required, how to generate that income, and to manage a cost base that doesn't put too much strain on the overall FFA financials.
But you will be under pressure when that $4 million, when the initial burst runs out, won't you?
Well, that $4 million is going to be spread over a longer period than just 1 year. So, and it will go towards the community building initiative. So we're confident, based on the corporate support we anticipate, the fan support that we anticipate, and of course the membership that we think can be established with the club, that within that period of time we can get to a break-even position.
But the key point is that, at the risk of pouring a bit of cold water on it, from start-up to gathering in the hearts, to putting in a team, to build the club, to getting the players, the infrastructure, everything in 6 months, it's pie in the sky stuff, isn't it?
Well, it's not pie in the sky stuff. Melbourne Heart did it within 7 months, and you only have to go back to the initial launch of the Hyundai A-League, and successful teams and successful clubs got established within a 4 to 6 month period. So it's very doable. We have a great deal of knowledge that's been built up based on our experiences running clubs. We haven't just woken up today and made this decision, Peter. We've been working hard behind the scenes to make sure the framework will be in place to make this a successful club.
Clive Palmer probably wouldn't like hearing those words, would he? What's his reaction to this? What's the dialogue with Clive Palmer? What's the position of the Gold Coast?
Well, we had some discussions with Clive over the weekend. We didn't reach a resolution at this point in time. We'll be making an announcement on the Gold Coast within the next 24 hours. But
they have to be out. You've got 10 teams. You don't need them.
Well, we've said that we only have the capacity to support 10 teams, and we'll be making an announcement within the next 24 hours on the Gold Coast future. The
reaction from the Gold Coast and the consortium trying to put together the Save the Gold Coast campaign, though, is we've got a ground, we've got players, why aren't you supporting us?
Well, I think what we've assessed over the last few weeks and months that we've been intimately involved with the club, you have to seriously question the financial viability of the club at present. Even in recent weeks, there was not crowd that came along that we believe could sustain a club into the future, and as I said, we'll make an announcement on that in the next 24 hours.
What's the reaction from the other clubs? There is some hint that a couple of them didn't see it coming.
Well, I had a very good conversation with the clubs last Thursday when we all met as a group. There was overwhelming endorsement and enthusiasm for the establishment of a team here in West Sydney. Our clubs can certainly see the benefit of tapping into such a large participation base, such a large region that has a great history in football, and the establishment of a new rivalry here in Sydney will be a great boost for the competition, both attendance-wise, ratings-wise, membership-wise, and all clubs will benefit from that.
But your on ratings is part of this decision predicated on that you have to have 5 games.
No, well, actually, we don't. In our contract, we only have to have a minimum of 4.
But what about for the new contract that you're going to be negotiating in the next little bit?
Well, we haven't negotiated that yet, but what is important is that we continue to go forward. The A-League has had a wonderful season. We've seen our TV ratings up some 50% year on year. Our crowds are up almost 30% year on year. That's been a great momentum builder, and we don't want to go backwards. This is another step forward for the competition.
You mentioned the Heart and how they managed to start up in a short space of time. It's a bit congested out here though at the moment. The AFL are punching millions of dollars into their operation. The league's strong here. Is it a panic move not to let them get away?
No, I think there's 137,000 registered participants in this region who play football, and I'm not sure that they're too worried about those other factors. What they want to see is a team in the A-League representing them, a team that they can come out and support each week, a team that they can build a wonderful following in. So, we're delighted to be able to give that to them.
And the $1 million for the W League, is that for the overall game, the league, or specifically for Western Sydney?
Well, we'll sit down and look at where we can invest that most appropriately. We are looking at reshaping the W League into a new format for next season. I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic that over a period of time that we could even have a W League team out here working in partnership with the new club. And
one final one, just on Wollongong, Canberra, by the wayside. What are you going to say to the people there?
No, I've spoken to the people from Canberra this morning. Whilst they're disappointed, we've made it very clear to them for some time now that our priority was a team here in the western region of Sydney, and they're not surprised by the decision that we've made.
Ben Buckley, good luck.
Thanks, Peter.